תסדר לי מים אולי.
You say it's a big company, not saying how much it's worth. Right?
What?
You're not saying how much worth. Say it's a big company, right? Alright, whatever.
Eli, whatever it is, it is.
All right. All right, Rabbi, so we're going to start with some emails. You guys can continue emails. The first email says like this. I'm looking forward to hearing the name on tomorrow's recording. So, the baby's name, my grandson's name is Naftali Moshe. It so happens to be that daf that we learned talks about, talks about the tefillah of Moshe Rabbeinu, Herv Meni Vashmideim, Vaychal Moshe, the whole thing. And the translation of Naftali, Rashi says Naftali means tefillah, so it fits right in. That's not why he was called Naftali Moshe, he was called Naftali after his grandfather. Listen to this email. It says, Baruch Hashem, my granddaughter Rachel Menucha was born this Motzei Shabbos. Rachel is my sister, my two sisters. One is Rachel, one is Menucha, but it has nothing to do. Since your grandson has such yichus as a sign of a global Daf Yomi Magid Shir, I wanted to be the first one to read a shidduch between your grandson and my granddaughter. But he's not the first one. He missed the boat. You did your cream already, chapped. I think Mata is the shadchan. Yeah, Mata. I realize you need to do research, but I can tell you that she eats regularly, normal bilirubin and reflexes, sleeps and cries. She's looking for a nice boy. Anyways, and in 20 years from now, this actually happens. We should enjoy Zaydiship for many years. Based on the email and feedback that you read aloud, I now listen in the car to as much as your daf shir as I can. Once I complete, listen to this, Rabbi Isai. Once I complete the old and the new 8-minute shir. So he does chazara and review. I will just say mega dittos on all the feedback you've gotten. Nachum Horvitz. It's a shidduch. Here's another one from Melbourne, Australia. My name is Dov Farkas from Melbourne. By pure coincidence, Hashgacha Pratis, I recently stumbled across your YouTube share. I'm thoroughly enjoying your energy and your humor, and in admiration of your capacity to deliver. What?
This guy's a singer.
This guy, Dov Farkas?
I think so, pretty sure. Ask him if he's this guy who makes the CDs.
Do you make CDs, Dov?
Ask him.
In all honesty, up until last week, I've never heard of you and don't know anything about you and your background, other than it seems that a quick Google search that you are a regular balabas. Finally, a guy got it right. A regular balabas. Perfect. If that's true, then it's even more impressive. I'm not sure if anyone in Australia follows Yashir. Avad, we have hundreds, thousands. But the fact that I can sit here on the other side of the world, yet still feel a part of the Chabura, is quite remarkable. Wishing you continued atzlacha in all your endeavors, and I hope to be able to welcome you one day to be our guest in Australia. Dov, you got it wrong. You're going to be our guest here in this year. I don't know if I'll ever make it. I want to go scuba diving there one day, but I don't think it's going to ever happen. And finally,
If they've been underwater, they'll be like,
dear Eli, just to let you know, I enjoy very much your shir. I give myself a daf in Milano, Italy. So I have Australia and Italy today. He's a Magid shir in Italy. And your shir is an excellent chazara to make sure that I give the right pshat. And also like the atmosphere you surround the shir, happy and positive, which is very important in the more difficult mesechtas we went through. In other words, this rabbi, he's been with us for other mesechtas as well. His name is Hershey Netzer. You know Netzer?
sure.
All right.
He's the guy who
The Olam knows you.
Kosher Hotel.
Ah, okay. By the way, I found out.
He didn't invite you.
What?
He
My
didn't
kosher
invite
hotel's
you.
Netzer? I was there. You talking about? I didn't have. Okay, fine. Hershey Netzer. By the way, I found out talking to my granddaughter Dvorah Hirsch before Netzer that your daughter was in our house some years ago. Guest for Shabbos coming from the seminary. Anyways, small world. It is a small world. I don't know if he knows that his mechutin is somebody I really admire and is a shtickle mishpach with us. Yankee Solomon from the Five Towns. Anyways, thanks again. Keep up the great work you're doing. Finally, Hershey Netzer. All right, 2 pictures. This one is great. Look at this, Rabbi Isai. Naftali Bennett doing the 8-minute daf on United. But that's nothing compared to the next picture. This guy's chashiv. Anybody ever hear of Clark Valberg? Oh, Yosef Biliak. This guy is the CEO and the founder of Envision, I mean. He actually watches Daf almost every day. He's good friends with Jonathan. And he says, watching the Daf on a flight from New York City to San Francisco, please share with Rav Stefansky. Look up his company. Valued in the billions. All right. Yeah, please come visit us, Val. It's a good product too. Clark, yeah, it's great. All right, Rabbi, so let's go. We got a lot to accomplish here. Today we have a very, very special guest. My own Shver from Chicago, who's a very well-renowned surgeon, a head and neck surgeon. But more importantly, he's a Daf Yomi Magid Shir in Chicago. He gives the Daf on Shabbosim and Yom Tovim, and the Ian Shir. He gives the Ian Shir. The Shir owes him a great Hakaras Hatov for two things. First of all, he donated the beautiful AC system that we have, the Mitsubishi system, so that he asked what can he donate to make the oil more comfortable, the air conditioning. But more importantly, I think, is the fact that I stole his idea when I was watching his shiurim. The whole idea of charts and graphics comes from him. In all his shiurim, he has graphics. What? His daughter. We got to talk about that. Maybe later on in the shir. Yeah, so we got to start moving. But anyways, it's a big schus to have him here. It's not a pressure at all.
I came not only to hear the amazing shir, but you can hear the shir on YouTube. But I came to see this group because the feeling you get from listening, from talking, that it's such a camaraderie here. The fact that everybody is part of this. It's not like shir that everybody goes to, but everybody is a partner. Everybody is I was saying like family, but families never get along like this. This group, it's an amazing thing to see. So it's a tremendous. Well, Yashkar to Eli for creating this year, but for creating this camaraderie and this group, both here and on the YouTube, that are so connected, and everybody feels like it's their project. So,
Shkoyach. All right, so we're holding Daf Lamed Gimel Lamed Beis on the bottom. Moedim by the two dots. We're going to try to finish the parak today, but we're going to need Nisim for that. Moedim shatkin oiso. If somebody says Moedim twice, we quiet him. Omer b'zeira, kol omer shma, shma, kol omer moedim dami. You all know that guy that says shma, shma twice, 3 times, 100 times. Says the Gemara Meisvei. So anyways, the Gemara says, Mishatkin oisoi. If a guy says moedim, you tell him to be quiet. Meisvei, akoyer shma v'koiflo. If somebody says shma and he doubles it up, harezi meguna. It's only meguna, it's disrespectful, it's not nice. Meguna hu dahavi shatuka lo mishatkinilei. It seems like you don't shut him up. Loi kashya. Hada amar milsa v'tanila. So Rashi seems to understand that there's a difference. Our sugya that says that this brisa that says that you don't quiet him is talking about, he says each word twice, and that's okay. That's leitzonos. Rashi says mitzloitzitz. It's a big joke, but you don't tell him to be quiet. Either way, it's really not good to double it up. One is leitzonos, and one shows as if he's davening to 2 reshuyos, to 2 entities, and that would be also one pasuk at a time. Other Rishonim are mechulik on Rashi. Amalei Rav Papa LaAbaye of Dilmi Mikara lo kaven daite lo b'soif kaven daite. Maybe, perhaps, the reason why he repeated the pasuk is because he didn't have kavana. Amalei, that's not a good reason. Chavrusa klap ishmai miiko. What are you, HaKadosh Baruch Hu's friend? You don't talk to him without kavana. If you talk to him, where's the welcoming committee? Shalom aleichem. How are you? He's not your friend. So mainly you have to prepare before you talk, and you have to make sure that everything that comes out of your mouth has kavana. Eloi kaven daite miikara. And if he doesn't have kavana, what do? You whack him good with a metal hammer until he has kavana. It helps with my kids. Zok the Mishnah, if a chazan is doubting for them and he makes a mistake. What kind of mistake? He missed the whole bracha. In those days, they didn't have Sidurim. So he missed something, and now he can't get back. He can't recall where to go. Today, it's very simple. You make a mistake, you just look, and you just go backwards. He couldn't go backwards. What do? Yavar achar tachtov. You must bring another chazan instead of him. You replace him. Now, as we're going to see in the Gemara, the way it works is that when you are asked to be a chazan, you play this game. No, I don't want to be a chazan the first time. The second time, you start getting ready, and you have to wait for the third time. I know Menachem, you're looking at me and you're waving your hand. I got it. Here he's in charge of chazanim on Shabbos morning, and I got it. I'll have to do tshuva. The point is, the first two you do very well. I don't like being a chazan, believe it or not. You haven't asked me like in a year. It's good.
It's so lame. Nobody likes to be a chazan.
Are you kidding me? It's a good thing he's looking that way. He has no idea that I'm looking at him. I saw Simcha Sussman in the room before. Where is he? I'm serious. There's people that enjoy it. If you have a good voice and you're able to show it off, it's great. People like it. But don't refuse it. Now is not a time to do no, yes. They ask you, we need to replace him because otherwise there'll be too much of a gap between his mistake. Okay. So where does the second guy, where does he start from? He starts from the bracha that the guy missed the bracha. He starts from the beginning of that bracha. He doesn't have to go to the beginning of Shemona Esrei. However, this Rabbi Isai was a big chiddush to me. I have made a mistake my entire life with this halacha. I'm sure a lot of people know this halacha, but I've asked people and some people didn't know this halacha.
Not true when you have a sitter.
Oh, wait a minute. Exactly, that's what I'm talking about. So if a person, I see you prepare the daf.
I didn't look at it.
You remember from last time.
The 8 minute came out. He knows it.
The Chazan himself should not say Amen after the Koyanim. So they say a bracha, you don't say Amen, and then Yivarecha Hashem Yishmerecha, you don't say Amen. Why? Because you're going to get confused. We have this kinds of tiruf. If you say Amen, you're not going to know where to go back. You don't know if you're holding by Yisa, Yivarecha, fine. The Mishabur says that nowadays that we have Sidurim, you do say Amen. Everybody knew this? The Chazan says Amen after Yivarecha, but only Yivarecha, not on the bracha of the Kohanim. Everybody's shaking their head, so I'm the only Amar here. Fine?
Only if he doesn't get confused.
Exactly, only if it doesn't get confused.
Most people don't.
Correct, if you have a siddur. If he's the only kohen that could duchen and he's the chazan, lo yisas kaplav. He shouldn't be the chazan. He shouldn't do duchening. But if he's sure that he won't get confused and he could get back to where he was, then he's allowed to. I don't know if you ever noticed, at least our kohen, they do a whole thing. They have to jump. They have to keep their feet together, and then they do this whole spin in the air. Anyway, Zok the Gemara. Ton Rabbana. Where's my bag? Oh. The person who, the Shliach Tzibor, he has to say that he's unworthy, he has to show that he's unworthy for it. If you have food that doesn't have salt, it's not the end of the world. You could add salt to it. Talking about myself, it's like a tafshil food that has too much salt. There's nothing you can do about it. It's lost. Pam rishoni sarev. First time, he has to refuse. Shniya mahavev. He starts getting ready. Shlishis period. Third time he's asked, he gets going. Kon Rabbanan. Shloisha rubim kasha umiyutim yafet. There are three things that too much of it is bad. A little bit of it is good. Veiluhain, sa'ir, yeast. I guess a lot of yeast and bread is no good and flour is no good. Umelach, salt. A lot of salt is no good. V'sarvanos, and refusing too much. Stailam was very appreciative of the air conditioning system that my shver donated to the Merkaz. They asked me what they could get, and I said my shver loves salt. And it's a shtickle steer here to the Gemara. It says that's not good, a lot of salt. So the Olam, they went out of their way. They do this a lot. They got my shver a present. Where's this present? Oh, they got him a bag of salt. It's that's that. But that's the Olam. I don't play that game. I don't go like this. This is what I do. Hold on. I gotta get this.
That's a lot.
Very meaningful. All right. Fine. No, but Mishver is the master of props, of charts. We had to do something. All right, Zok the Gemara. Omer Avuna. Ta b'sholish rishonos. If a chazan or a person made a mistake in the first three brachas, chayzel aroish. So we have here a shtickle chart. Where is it? Here are the sholish rishonos. Avos m'chayemesim at kodesh. Those are called shvach. You're giving shvach to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The last three are haidah. You thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Say, moedim, and sim shalom. And then there's 13 in between. Chayin and adas, refainu, etc. Ta'ab sholish rishonos. It's black. Shtickle dirty. Okay. Ta'ab sholish rishonos chayzel aroish. If you make a mistake anywhere in the blue, you have to go back to the beginning, thank you, of the blue. Ta'avos. If you make a mistake anywhere in the green, anywhere, down here, you forget Alat Tzadikim, you have to go all the way back to Choyn and Adas. And if you make a mistake in the red, anywhere in the red, in Sim Shalom, you go all the way back to the beginning to Ritzei. Ravasi Omar, so in other words, Rav Huna holds that all the 13 in the middle are considered one bracha. And since they're one bracha, it's one bakasha, so anywhere you make the mistake, you have to go to the beginning of that bracha. Ravasi Omar Imtsois Ein Lahem Seder. There's no order to the middle ones. What does that mean? So Rashi holds that it means that, let's say if a person skips Baruch Aleinu, number 9, and all of a sudden he recalls that he forgot Baruch Aleinu, number 9, at number 16, at Shema Aleinu. Says Rashi, since it has no order, we have to remember to put it back afterwards. Since it has no order, so at Shema Aleinu he can insert number 9. It has no order. That's how he learns. And so is Ein Lem Seder. Now, we don't paskin like that. Tosfos holds that it has no order, that if you forget Baruch Aleinu, you have to go back to Baruch Aleinu. You can't just insert it anywhere you want. You can't just put it into Shema Aleinu, because it does have an order. It has a specific order, just it means that they're independent of each other. And Ein Lem Seder means that they're not one bracha like Rav Huna, they're independent brachas, the 13 independent brachas. So if you forget Baruch Aleinu and you're holding by Shema Aleinu, you must go back to Baruch Aleinu and start from there on. Mazar Rav Sheishes, it says in our Mishnah, Meichen u'chayzer mitchilas habracha shata. You don't go back on Rav Huna. You don't go back to the beginning of Atachaynen. You go back to the beginning of the bracha. So if you were in Baruch Aleinu, you go back to the beginning of Baruch Aleinu. That would be a stira to Rav Huna. Rashi says it's also a problem with Ravasi. Says the Gemara, Tiyuf to the Rav Huna. Omlach Rav Huna emtsois kulu choda birchas aninu. Rav Huna says the reason why you go back to Atachaynen is because all 13 brachas are considered one long bracha, and that's why you go back to the beginning of Atachaynen. Omer Rav Yehuda. Do not ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu for anything that you need in the 3 first ones and the 3 last ones. The first 3 are compared to a servant that's, like we discussed the other day. You have to sandwich. Before you ask for a favor, you have to butter the other person up. So over here, you tell HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shvachim. Then you could ask your bakashas, and this is like somebody asked, but what about the sandwich? Here's a sandwich. Then finally, when you're done, you say thank you. What? Our own private tzrochim. The way it's... What? Yo. Okay, and what are you asking? The Sim Shalom is tzroch? Like what? Ah, okay. I hear. You just got this kasha now? Ah, okay. What am I? Since he's...
Why did you say on Sesame Street, why did you say it was a famous guy? How did you do that?
He's very, Chaim is a very deep guy. I hear. Okay, we'll have to discuss. Zok the Gemara. So once you ask for what you want, you say thank you and you leave. There was a Talmud that had a very long Shemona Esrei. Look, this guy, he davened such a long Shemona Esrei. It's not longer than Moshe Rabbeinu. He davened for 40 days and 40 nights. Oh, the what? Did you pick in Taisus and ask the kasha? No. He's Mechamed Taisus. Look in Taisus. It says that's a Tfilas Rabbim. Interesting. Very nice. Okay. Good Ara, good chat. Taisus says that Sim Shalom and Zochrein and all that stuff is for the Kalal. You're not asking for yourself. Shuv Ma'isa b'Talmud echad sheyar lefnei Ateva b'fnei Rabbi Lezer v'hoyer mekatzer yoysim redai. A very short Shemona Esrei. Or the Talmidah of Kama Katzer Nuzeh. They snitched on him. They said he's very mekatzer. Or Melahem klu mekatzer yoysim Moshe Rabbeinu. Dichsiv el nor refon Allah. 5 words. That was his whole tefillah for Miriam. And Memela, it's okay to daven bekitzer. Omer Rabbi Yaakov, Omer Rav Chizdo, Kol Mabag Yisrachim Chaveroi. Ein tzorch lahaskir shmoi. If you daven for your friend, you don't need to mention his name. How do we know this? Shenemar elno refono lo v'loiko matkir shmo de Miriam. Moshe Rabbeinu doesn't mention Miriam, and therefore you don't have to mention the Chayla's name. Now the Mishnah Berurah brings down that it's dafka. Look up in Kufya Tes in the beginning. He says that this Gemara is referring to when the Chayla is in front of you. So it's understood that you're davening for this person. But if you're davening for a friend that's in the hospital, then you must mention the Chayla's name. In fact, some say that if the Chayla is in front of you, you're not allowed to mention his name. It's not nice for the Chayla. So don't take this Gemara literally, that you don't mention the Chayla's name, because it's referring to when the Chayla is in front of you, and usually when we daven for people, they're not in front of us. She was. No, it says that she's there. Torah Rabbanon. That's how they learned that she was there. Torah Rabbanon. Elu brachas sh'adam shoicha b'hem. These are the brachas that we bow. We all know these brachas. Actually, I did notice lately that I was looking at Chazanim, and some of them are not so makbid by Baruch Atah Hashem Kelor Dois. And that kriya, for some reason, especially Bacharim, I noticed that maybe they don't know about it. But says the Gemara, Ba'avo is tchila v'soif. Everybody knows this, that when you start Shemona Esrei, you do the kriyas like we showed, you bend your knees, you go down quickly, you go down slowly. We're not going to show it today. B'hoida tchila v'soif. And Oida is Moedim. So you bow by Moedim, and Soif is by Baruch Atah Hashem Kelor Dois. Bimbola Shuach B'Soif Kol Brachu Brachu B'Tchilas Kol Brachu Bracha. And if you want to add Melandin Moisoi Shaloi Yishcha, you cannot add whatever you want. Says Tosis Tu Pshatim. Either we're concerned that a person will be Oikir Divrei Chachamim. He'll say, everybody bows wherever they want, and at the end of the day, he won't bow where we're needed. And the other one is because we're chayshish for Yuara for Gaiva. People will add all sorts of things, like the famous saying. They say, it's a nace that you don't shuckle, you don't bring your esrog home and bring maror to shul. Because if you did, no one fix would be out of business. Everybody would buy an esrog this big. And maror, they bring that much maror until people would start throwing. So Mela, because you are, when you're in shul, you want to show everybody, look at what a tzaddik I am. I shackle a lot, I bend a lot, I do a lot, I eat a lot of mar. So in Mela they said, no bowing. Yeah, just the four kriyas that. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to go into that. Zog the Gemara. Now we're holding the Flamadal on base. Yeah? I missed something? Oh. A regular person only does 4 shtachavos, kriyos, or shichos, whatever they. Kain Gadol, says Rashi, the greater you are, you have to be machnia and put yourself down. You have to be mashma yourself. So therefore, Kain Gadol has more. Besoiv kol bracha bracha. After every single bracha, Baruch atah Hashem chaynen adas, he does the kriyos. The Hamelech, who's even greater or more important, tchilas kol bracha bracha, besoiv kol bracha bracha, he has to insert it at the chaynen and he starts bowing. And Baruch atah Hashem chaynen adas, he does it again. A simple person only does 4 shichos. Kohen Gadol, tchilas, and you have to add in here, the gun sticks in, v'soif. He's mechulik, he holds that a Kohen Gadol does, both in the beginning of the bracha and the end of the bracha, like the Tanna Kama holds by a melech. And a melech, kivan, shekara, shuv, enoi. Dad, check this out, look up there. See in the gallery? Oilam's in the gallery. Anyway. Sponsorship for the gallery available. For how much? How much is the gallery? 45,000. That's where the tech stuff is. That's where all the computers are going to be. That's where the nice cameras. Couches. That's already donated. Very nice. 45 grand. Zog the Gemara. Kol bracha bracha melech shuven izoykev. A kohen gadol. Tchilas kol bracha bracha. And a melech, a king, kivin shekara. He bows shuven izoykev. He doesn't come up the entire Shmoneh Esrei. Shenemar. Vayhi ki chaloi shloimei lispalel. Kom lefnei mizbach Hashem mikroyal birkov. Fine. Zog the Gemara. Tonar Rabbanan. Now we're going to see there's different ways to bow. Kida alapayim. In those days when they did nefilas apayim tachnon, they did kida. What's kida? Kida basically, it's a very difficult thing to do, as the Gemara describes. Here. This guy right over here. He has tzitzis though, he has tchelos again. And you do it with your thumbs. You put your thumb in the ground, you catch yourself with your thumb, not like this guy. He's just a let, but he has a yarmulke and tzitzis. I'm going to get emails. It's not sneeze one. Fine. Shenemar v'atikoy b'sheva apayim eretz. Kriya al berkayim. Now, is this guy? He's not Muslim, don't worry. He has a regular yarmulke and tzitzis. Maybe he's not wearing, this is a problem. Okay, fine. This is Kriya. This is what everybody, normal people do on Yom Kippur. There's some not normal people, I'll discuss this. This guy over here. This is shtachava. I couldn't find the normal. Kriya al berkayim shenemar mikroy al birkov. Shtachava zu pishut yodayim v'raglayim. Shenemar hovoy novoy ani v'imcha v'achecha l'shtachava z'cha artzo. You're on your face. Hands should be out. I'm a gonik. So the first year I was married, my shver realized right away what he got himself into when I showed up on Yom Kippur and I was walking to shul without shoes. Gronics don't wear shoes, they're just socks. Over the years, I was convinced by my wife that's not a good idea. A couple pieces of glass, etc. Fine. So this year is the first time that I davened Yom Kippur in the churva. The churva is the nusach hagra, so I was very excited and I look around, everybody's in socks besides me. The problem is that there was a plumbing disaster in the bathroom. And I saw this, they went there, they just stepped in the stuff, and they didn't have shoes, and they had to go to the bathroom. Fast forward, comes the shtachavois. And the Olam does the shtachava. It's complete, and it's the first time I I've never done it. They move all the benches away, and they have a whole system. And I get down on all my thing, and I was saying, Va nachnu koyrim, and I had tears in my eyes, literally. And I'm like this, and all of a sudden, poof, I got this smelly sock right in my nose. Anyway, Maisa Shaya. Zog the Gemara. Omer Rav Chia Bereder Rav Huna Chazina Luhula Abaye V'Rava the Matzlu Atzluye. This is referring to Nefilas Apayim Tachnun. So in those days, Nefilas Apayim, they would go down. They wouldn't do like us, like this. They would go down on the floor. They would do some kriya or kida. They would bend over like this. Either this is how they did Tachnun, either like this guy or like this guy. Abaye and Rava, they would do something different because they had issues with going down to the ground, to the stone. So they went. Remember this lashon we had in the beginning of the Masechta, the matzlu atzluya. It doesn't mean davening. Over here it means leaning. They would lean to the side as not to do a full kriya. However, today we know we do this, something like this. You have to put your head on your hand. However, the Mishnah Berurah says that you have to have a chatzitza between your hand and your head. You have to have a sleeve. Zog the Gemara Tanichada hakoireh ba'ida harezim meshubach. What? Right, they went down to the ground, but their face wasn't to the ground. Their face wasn't. They went a little bit to the side. On the one hand, says the Gemara, if you bow by moedim, it's a good thing. It's a bad thing. Question is if whether you do it twice or not. It's not good to bow twice. One time is okay. Yeah, we're getting there. Where's the Mishnah Berurah know? From the Sugya. Let's see. Rava Kara Ba'ida Tchila V'Soif. Rava did two kriyos. Amli Rabbanon. Amai Kovid Marachi. Well, what are you doing? Why are you doing two kriyos? Now, the big question is that we just had in the Brisa before, asked the Rashba, we said that you do two kriyos by Moedim. It's not Rava's. He didn't come up with it. It's the Brisa. Therefore, the Ravid comes along and says, I'm saying this real quickly because we have to move. The Ravid says that the Gemara is not talking about Moedim that we're thinking about. We're talking about Moedim D'Rabbanan. In Moedim D'Rabbanan, the question is, do you do one or two? Do you do in the beginning of Moedim D'Rabbanan or two? And this will come as a surprise. Because the Shulchan Aruch paskins that Moedim D'Rabbanan, you should do two kriyos. Did anybody know this? You do Moedim? No, D'Rabbanan, not Keladais. At the end, Baruch Atah, I say Baruch Atah Hashem Keladais, you guys say Baruch Keladais. You do another Moedim there. That's what the Shulchan Aruch paskins. The Ramah says that he makes some sort of pshara, a compromise. He says you bow down by Moedim and you don't get up all the way till the end of Moedim. We paskin like the Gra, and that's why we get up. The Beis Yosef and the Gra both say they just do one in the beginning. But I thought it was interesting that if not the Gra and the Beis Yosef, we'd be in a constant Ramah position because we go like the Ramah. We'd be in one bow. Says the Gemara. He explains himself. Why do I bow by Moedim D'Rabbanan? But this is only the Ravid. If you just learn simply the Sugya, he's talking about regular Moedim, that you bow twice, like us, like he mentioned, the Mishnah Berurah says to bow by a Kelei Dois. Fine. V'chazino, I saw Rav Nachman doing it. I saw Rav Sheshes. V'chazino Rav Sheshes, the Kol Avadachi. Matanya Koreh Baidah, Arezim Meguna. But what do we do about the fact that it says in the Brisa that it's not a good thing to bow? Ahi Baidah Sheba Halal. In Halal, there's the psukim Hoidul Hashem Kitov, so he bows over there. You shouldn't bow over there. Matanya Koreh Baidah Baidah Shel Halal. It says both things. If you're going to bow by Haidah, Maidim, and Halal. So in other words, we're talking about Halal. Harezim Meguna. So the first one, Koreh Baidah, means by Maidim. You shouldn't bow by Maidim. Kitayahi Baidah the Birkas HaMazon. So there's two places that you shouldn't bow. In Noidel Lacha in Birkas HaMazon, in Hoidul Hashem Kitov in Halal. However, Maidim in Shemona Esrei, you should bow. Says the Mishnah. 10, 11 minutes, it's not bad. We're good. HaMispala V'tah. A person who davens and makes a mistake in Shemona Esrei, he forgets the whole bracha, Simin Raloi. It's a bad omen, it's a bad sign. V'mshliach tziburu. And if he's in the middle of davening for the Amid and he forgot something, Simin Raloi Sholchav. It's a bad simon for the whole congregation. They sent him, so the simon goes on them. There's a famous story, the Rebbe Kiva Eger sent a Rav to go to Chasana to represent him at a wedding. So he goes to the wedding and he stays at the entire wedding. So somebody walked over and said, why are you at the whole wedding? You never stay at a wedding, you come in and out. He says, yeah, but today I'm like the Rebbe Kiva Eger. I want to feel like, I'm only like the Rebbe Kiva Eger as long as I'm at the wedding. I want to be Kemoisa like the Rebbe Kiva Eger. When I heard the story, I wanted to know if he could pass like the Rebbe Kiva Eger, did no shots like the Rebbe Kiva Eger, whatever. But anyways, he felt like the Rebbe Kiva Eger, he wanted to prolong that. Mamish kemoisai. Amar lav Rabbi Chanina ben Doisa. So the Mishnah talks about Rabbi Chanina ben Doisa. Shahaya mispala cholim. I heard you. Voimer zeh chai v'zeh meis. You come to him like Rabbi Chanina, you come. He's a goner. This guy's gonna die. This guy's gonna live. Amar lav menay nata yodea. Amar lahem. If it comes out smoothly, yodea nishu mukubal. V'im lav yodea nishu maturov. If it doesn't come out nicely, my tefillah, it's maturov. If it's mebulbul, then this guy is going to be maturov also, he'll die. Says the Gemara, Ahayo, what did this person daven in Shemona Esrei that he made a mistake that it's a siman ra? Or Rabbi Chiyam Safrim Shum Chadabei Rav ba'avos. The first bracha, what's avos? The first bracha Shemona Esrei. If he makes a mistake there, then he has a siman ra. And if the Chazan makes a mistake in the first bracha, I don't know how it's possible. If you learn that the mistake means he skipped the bracha entirely, so you start by Mechaya Mason, it's very interesting. Unless he made some sort of mistake, you have to say the mistake also means he missed some words, he didn't, whatever. This that we just said, it's talking about avos, it's talking about the brisa. I'm spalal. If somebody davens, Shemona Esrei, he has to have kavanah in all the brachas. If he can't, like us, at least in one bracha. Which bracha? At least avos. And if you're not mechaven in avos, what do? But not us. Not us. You should go back. Al pi the Gemara, you should go back. But since we are anyways not mechaven, you don't go back. The question is, the Rambam paskins, they have to be mechaven in the entire Shemona Esrei. So the Rambam doesn't believe in this Gemara. So says the Brisker Rav, very good, that there's two kavanas. Our Gemara is talking about the kavana of the words. The kavana of the words only have to be mechaven the Shemona Esrei. If you can't, the second kavana that the Rambam is talking about is a very basic kavana. You have to know that you're standing in front of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. If you don't know that, then forget about it. Then you shouldn't daven. Every bracha you have to remember that. What?
Remember Rabbi Victor Miller, when he davening Shemona Esrei, to also remember Hashem.
Yeah. Dad, it's a great line. A person should always think about HaKadosh Baruch Hu, even when he's davening Shemona Esrei. You weren't there that day, I see. Very good. It's a new laugh. How did he know this concept that if his tefillah doesn't come out smoothly, it's a bad sign for the person? Rishon ben Levi, the Omakra, Boirei Niv Sefasayim. Because Baruch Hu creates the lips. Shalom Shalom L'Rochik V'Lakarv Omar Hashem Rufaz. Look in Rashi, because I had a hard time with this Rashi. Let's see if you figure this out. Shaniv Bari Ba'adam Oz Muftach Ala Shalom. So Rashi says that when the lips, he says that the Gemara is playing with the words. Boirei is a lashon of bari, when it's healthy. When the words come out healthy out of your mouth, they come out smoothly, then shalom shalom l'rachok, then there'll be shalom. Omer Reb Chia Barabba, Omer Reb Yochanan Kol HaNeviim Kulo Nisnabu Elo Lamasi Bito L'Talmid Chacham. Says Rashi, what does it mean nevuah? We're not referring to all the nevuahs, we're referring to the good nevuahs, the awards that Klal Yisrael is going to get, the tanchumim. Says the Gemara, all the nevius is only Lamasi Bito L'Talmid Chacham. A person that deserves a madrega, he marries off his daughter to Talmid Chacham. I get, you. Yeah, okay, I didn't want to say it, but once you're saying it, what do you do with the... My shver started off very, very good. Let's see if he finished off well. He does business for the Talmid Chachamim. And he supports his son-in-law. You shouldn't have raised your hand. You raised your hand, Dad, on the first part. Okay, fine, I'll raise my hand on the second part.
Where's that? Your son-in-law.
Okay, I won't. If the Olam that who didn't hear, he asked, what was the words? What about my son-in-law? How come he wasn't Mekayim the mitzvah of Masi Vidul Bas Talmid Chacham? He's not getting support because I didn't want to support him. The nevuah doesn't go on a Talmid Chacham. Talmid Chacham is going to get way more than you could ever imagine. You can't even see. A human being can't fathom what HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to pay him back. If a person makes it Talmid Chacham, fine. Zog Limor Rav Amar B'chia Barabba Rabbi Yochanan. Kol Nevi'im Kulon Lo Nisnabu Eli L'Mois Mashiach. So another pshat. All these nevuos of good stuff is going to be for when Mashiach comes. In other words, when Mashiach comes, it's different than our days. Our days we have one thing. Mashiach comes, it's going to be great. You can't even fathom Olam Haba. Upliga the Shmuel. Shmuel holds. Omer Shmuel. Ein ben Olam Hazeh L'Mois Mashiach Elo Shibud Malchu Yois Belvad. There's no difference, Shmuel holds. It's not going to be better. It's not going to be different. The only difference is we won't have tsaros from the goyim. We're going to be under our own rule. We'll have a Beis Hamikdash, but we'll still drive cars. We'll still have houses. It's going to be the same thing. Shenemar ki lo yechdal evim mikerev haaretz. It's going to remain the same. Lo yechdal is going to remain everything the same. So third pshat. Nevi'os was given only for Bali Tshuva. Avat tzadikim gemurim, which are on a higher level than Bali Tshuva, so you're going to ask the question, everybody knows this Gemara, who's greater, Baal Tshuva Tzadik? According to Rebavo, the Baal Tshuva is greater. Baruch Hu welcomes the one that was distant before the one that's closer. In other words, the Baal Tshuva was distant, he gets greeted first. But Rabbi Yochanan is mechulek on this famous Gemara. And we basically go like Rabbi Yochanan, Tzadik is more chashiv than a Baal Tshuva. My Rachik, he wasn't, not that he was distant from Hashem, he was distant from Aveira. Rabbi said, question, what bracha do you make on coffee? Wow, one guy. What? Boy praise, is he crazy? Liquid, on a liquid coffee, he says boy praise. So the reason why I'm asking is because we're about to start Ketzim Avarchim, and Be'ezer Hashem, we're going to see that coffee is one of the most difficult halachas, because the way you drink coffee, beans that are eights, is only through water, and therefore there are shitas that say, like he said, boy pre-eights, but you wouldn't know that otherwise. So, Be'ezer Hashem, chocolate, Rabbi Yashav holds also, it's eights. Very good. Zok Gemara. We're going to get into some cool stuff in Ketzim Mevarchim. Oh my God. Or Rabbi Shua, what does it mean? Eyes never seen. Chas V'Shalom, I went back. Nobody's ever seen such great wine. Some people is referring to Torah, the Amkas, but the wine from Sheshes and Berachos, 5,000-year-old wine. Rabbi Shmuel ben Nachmani Yomar Ze Eden. Nobody's ever seen Eden. No one. What do you mean? Adam Rishon was in Eden? No. He was in the garden, not in Eden. It's the same thing. The river comes out of Eden, so the two separate things. Story. Who do you go to for a moifis? You go to Reb Chanina ben Doisa. He only saw them from a distance. He didn't have to hear from them. He went and he davened for them right away. Go back there. His fever broke. He's already healed. I'm not a son of a Navi, I'm not a Navi. Like he said in the Mishnah. If the tefillah comes out smoothly, then I'm a makubal. That the tefillah is makubal. Otherwise it's no good. So they wrote down the exact time that the story in the Moifas happened. Exactly that's what happened. This is exactly the story. Exactly what you wrote down. That's when he became healthy. Great sign. He asked for water. That means he was sealed. Reb Chanina was still a big tzaddik, but he went to learn by Reb Yochanan ben Zakkai. And Reb Yochanan ben Zakkai's son became sick. Please, daven for him that he should live. He put his head between his lap and he davened. And he lived. Speaking about himself in third person. If I would have davened like this, Ben Birkov, they wouldn't have listened to Reb Chanina. Is it possible that Chanina who came to learn Torah from you, he's greater than you? From this you see, I don't know, it's interesting because it's the matter you daven for your own son, you could daven for your own son. He's a servant, he's in there all day long, so it's not a big deal for him to ask a small favor. I'm an officer, it's harder for me to ask. We learned this already from Daniel. You have to have windows. That's why we have windows here. If you dive in an open field, it's chutzpah because your heart has more tznius when you feel more of an honor when you're in a small room. If you tell people about your chatoim, it's chutzpah. This explains, it shows that you're not embarrassed of your chatoim. Hadran aloch ein oimdim, hadran aloch ein oimdim, hadran aloch ein oimdim. Yishkoich dad. Yes.